So welcome to the Aloha Accountability Monday. Is it Monday? It all blends together right now, but I think it's Monday. Okay, I'm getting a head nod. Thank you, Anita. This is like my favorite call, you guys. I look more forward to this than any call I'm doing, and I'm doing, I feel like, a lot right now. I think I'm doing 3 different calls or something like that. But I really do look forward to this one the most. I love talking to you guys. I love how we have this group structured. I hope you guys are benefiting from it. I love how much stuff we're sharing in the group and things like that. So I did want to start the call tonight because we did just have some recent additions and some recent graduates that are joining the group. So Anita's on, well, she didn't just graduate from Coach Basics, but she did catch wind in the group. I think we were talking about something and I told her what I was doing and she asked if she can join, and the answer is always yes. So welcome to the group, Anita. And we also have a couple people not on the call, but I did add Jessica and Debbie as well. Those 2 were troopers last night. We did back-to-back calls. We did a wrap-up of the Coach Basics call, and we did a couple of them are getting ready to go enrolled like any minute. So congratulations to you guys that have coaches in that group because they were awesome. So I did another kind of tutorial after the fact, and I did a Zoom screen share and walked them through what they need to do when they go enrolled as far as signing up for their club membership and how they can see orders for, coaches versus discount coaches, legs, volume, the whole thing that's the most confusing, I feel, at least for me it is. So I'm attracting a lot of people that are confused as well. I'm a right-brained kind of person. So I have found it. I try to do a video. I try to do a letter. I tried all different kinds of things. And for me, the easiest way is to just do a Zoom, get a few of them on it and walk them through it and maybe show them a few things in the back office. So we did all that last night. So those 2 girls are also going to be joining the group. So I just wanted to give, since we have some new people in the group, just give them a background of kind of what we're doing and where to find a few things. For me, I'm running a Coach Basics group, but then right from there, we come into this Aloha Accountability group. It is not, it's less of a, daily post and follow this action step, or post the 2 people you're adding to your network, or post the 2 people you're inviting to a challenge group. This group was specifically designed for people that want to build their business. We come together as entrepreneurial women. We discuss things that are working for us. We share things. We discuss our challenges. We haven't gotten into any role playing, but I foresee that in the future with some business presentations. But it's very much, although I'm kind of the facilitator, I guess, I view us all as equals. We're here to learn. We're here to grow. We're here to share. So that's kind of the premise. This is not about hand-holding, anything like that. This is about people who are serious about wanting to build their business, and we just meet together and we have some really awesome conversations. So I can tell you that one of the things that we're doing right now is, I posted them both in the files section, the calls that we're doing. I'm posting 2 calls a week right now, or 2 videos a week. One of it is top coach content that I was able to get from my Misfit crew out here that they're just awesome, awesome ladies. They're all in Christine Dwyer's downline, so they're rock stars and have great training. So they share with me, and this was one of the trainings they did right before Summit, a Dash to Diamond, and all of the calls are from top 20 elite coaches. So I did just post the Google Doc in there, so everyone has access to it at all times. I think group-wise we're around call 6 or something like that. And Nadia, I did schedule them out in Hootsuite, so I won't be missing any more calls. So that's one of the things we're listening to. I would highly recommend adding it to your personal development list because they're awesome calls. I kind of started running the group before and we all got busy. We went to Summit and a lot of you reached out to me and said, will you start that group again? And I agree. I mean, I'm getting a ton of valuable information from those videos. The other video that I'm posting is the GoPro videos. I know a lot of you have read the book or are reading it. And for me, the book was great. It was awesome. But to me, the videos, hearing him talk, he's a very dynamic speaker to me. And I don't know, I just prefer the videos. I really like them. So that Google Doc is in the file section as well. So those are a couple of the things we're doing in the group as far as personal development. You'll also notice that I post, these are things that I post in my own coaches page, but I post them in here as well for those of you that aren't one of my personally sponsored coaches. You'll notice I post like a motivational Monday, transformation Tuesday, words of wisdom Wednesday, training tip Thursday, focus Friday, success Saturday, and soulful Sunday. So I share all those things in both groups, and that's another thing I love to do is kind of go through and find some cool things to share. Sometimes it's tips from me or videos I'm making on YouTube. Sometimes it's top coaches, whatevs. If you guys are finding anything like that too, obviously share. You'll notice I shared a post today. And for my personally sponsored coaches, this is kind of what we've decided to do because we're getting ready to go into the busiest or the hardest time of the year to stay on track, health and fitness wise. I feel like everywhere from Halloween through the new year is like a danger zone for most people. And it's when we're tempted and tested the most because we all have a ton of events and things going on. So we decided to rally the troops, and instead of messing around with different groups, the holidays can be challenging too to keep people engaged in the groups, obviously, for obvious reasons. So we're going to do one massive combine them all healthy holidays challenge or something like that. But I posted something, a post I came up with that I'm going to be posting, but I highly recommend kind of going this route. And keep in mind, you don't have to hit it hard like, hey, who wants to lose weight over the holidays? Because that may just not be people's mindset, but how many people do you guys know that would love to maintain over the holidays? For a lot of people, maintaining is a huge, huge deal. So that's kind of the way I'm approaching it, although you'll see if you read the post, I did throw in there, for those of you that want to stay on track with your weight loss regime and what you got going on, obviously we'll be doing that too. But something to do to mix it up. I mean, I know we're going to continue doing, obviously a lot of the same things we're doing as far as video challenges and photo challenges and trying to do things to mix it up. Obviously, I think over the holidays, it's a great idea to hit some healthier recipes or versions of things that they can cook in a healthier manner that taste just as good. So that's what we're doing. Just wanted to let everybody know about that. I was hoping Deb would be on the call. She'll have to share something cool that happened next week, but I'm going to share the story because it was kind of part of what I was going to talk about tonight. But it really touched my heart. And I know for me as a coach, it just rocks my world every time someone reaches out and just says that you've made a difference or they followed you, you're an inspiration in their life. I mean, it's just the gravy. It's awesome. So I don't know if a lot of you guys saw a post Deb made that was really a great post. I'm sure, Deb's like a social media little wizard. She stalks every Facebook coach imaginable and comes up with the coolest stuff. So you guys will see that in the group from Deb. But she posted something cool. I think it said something like, tag someone that's inspiring you. So very clever in a few ways because it's going to share some motivation and inspiration, but it's also going to ask people to tag, and which is going to get her likes up for that post. And someone that Deb had never met, I don't even know, we're going to have to ask her when she sees this, but someone she had never met, and I don't even know if Deb's even ever seen her post anything or like anything. But she came out and said, Deb, you inspire me each and every day. I look forward every day to seeing what you post on your page. And as a coach, for me, I knew what that did for Deb reading it. I could envision her tearing up and probably crying. And so I was kind of doing the same, just because once you guys start having coaches that are getting to experience those same things that are kind of deeply rooting you to your why, it's like the coolest thing ever. So I thought that was really cool. I like instant messaged her right away. I'm like, oh my God, that was the coolest thing. And she's like, I know, I don't even know this lady. But I also wanted to bring it up too, because it's what we've talked about a lot in the past couple weeks or so. And I wanted to give another shout out to Nadia, because Nadia, your page again is looking amazing. And Sarah, your page looks so professional. You're holistic with Sarah. You guys, I know that you might feel like you're posting and you still might not feel like a lot of people are listening. I know that Deb feels that way. And I know that it took me months and we've talked about that, just to even get some likes or to get some activity. But every once in a while you'll post something like that and someone will reach out that she's probably never seen her name before ever. But this woman comes to her page every day and looks forward to reading what she has to post. So it will happen if you stay consistent with what you're posting, regardless of if you think. Tell yourself that every time I post this, I'm posting this for someone that's sitting in their corner that's not responding, but I'm providing them hope. And just know that that person's there. And it could be one person, it could be 100 people, but it really doesn't matter, does it? If it's one person that reaches out to you and says, oh my God, you have changed my life. Because of you, I'm doing something different. So I just wanted to share that, and we'll ask Deb about it next time, but I thought that was pretty cool. One more thing before I open it up and we kind of talk about what's going on in our businesses. The last thing that we have in that file section, I have to upload one more call because most of them in the top coaches thing we're watching our YouTube videos, there's a few calls. There's 2 call files in there. I have to upload one more. But the other thing that is in there is an accountability document. So as I was saying, this group is less about what maybe you should be posting or this and that. We all know what the vital behaviors are. If you do them or not, it has nothing to do with if you know how to do them. So this group is designed to hold you accountable to the things that you are struggling with. So, you decide that. No one else should be deciding that for you. You need to put it out on the table and say, group, this is what I'm struggling with. This is the areas I need to do some personal development in. This is the areas I could use some support in. Put that on that document. Just so we can know what areas those are. That might change. You can update it. But that's what this group is designed to do, is to hold you accountable to the things you decide. So I want to open up the floor. I want to hear from you guys, struggles, successes, what's going on in your businesses.
I had a question.
Go for it, girl.
Talking about is a document in Aloha in the accountability group to put our stuff on?
Yes.
Okay. Right.
I think it's, I don't know what the name of it is, but it'll be visible. A lot of us have posted out some goals that we have on there. Okay. I can tell you for me personally, going through today, I went through a lot on some YouTube videos to pick out my content for the week to post. And one of the things I'm going to be adding was a Training Tip Thursday video I'm going to be showing from Melanie Mitro. But she talks about scheduling. Hi, Deb. She talks about scheduling and less of okay, these are the things that you should be doing every day. She said, I get asked that question all the time, like, what is your to-do list every day? And she said it changes. So you guys will get to listen to the video on Thursday, but she said, instead of having a daily or a weekly schedule, I need to have a monthly. So to say that, so I know how many videos I want to make a month, and I know when I want to start my training group a month, and because I'm going to be participating in the 3 vital behaviors every day. So I need to move into a schedule like that, so I know how many coaches I want to recruit a month, how many people I want to add to my challenge groups every month. So that's something I'm going to do. I wanted to, Deb, I just shared with them the story on your post, although I did say that we had to hear the story from you. So do you want to share that story with us?
Yeah. I'm still working. I'm just trying to wrap things up, making notes so that I can make notes later. Of course,
we'll talk first then, and you catch up.
I'm good. Well, yeah, just talk for a couple minutes. I just got to log out and stuff. So
do your thing. Look at her multitasking. That's what we're talking about. Women in power, girl.
I got my laptop here, and I got this is the job that I want. This is the job that I need.
Yep. There you go. Okay, how about you, Nadia? What's going on with your business this week? I mean, you were last when we left Nadia. She was sending out invites, stepping out of her comfort zone in a big way. How are you doing on that?
Well, one thing I really need to push on is invites because I'm procrastinating on it. I'm doing about 300 other things. I have 16 to-do lists, and then my master list is on my computer, and it never ends. I can never get it together. But one of the things I don't get done is my inviting. So I made one page, second page, and then I ran out of paper. So I kept writing names, and then I ran out, and I wrote on the back.
I'm glad that you are working on your list. That's totally awesome. Remember when for you, because you have so many things going on, I think for you, having that space of time in the morning, even if it's 15 minutes, that you can sit down and say, okay, these are the things today. These are the crucial things. These are the things that, wow, if I have a great day, I'd love to get to, but maybe prioritize them. And inviting needs to be one of them. I don't care if it's 2 people. I really don't care if it's 1 person, but just sending out, it doesn't have to be this big task of inviting 20 people a day or constructing this big long invite. But even if you commit to 1 person or 2 people, let's say 2, let's shoot big. The 3 vital behaviors for sure on the daily. And with that in mind, you guys, I'm not saying never take a day off. Okay. I mean, I know that there's some diehard coaches out there that say every day. But I also believe in unplugging once in a while. But I'm saying that even if you're talking 5 to 6 days a week, you figure out your schedule. But those things have to be on it.
I wanted to ask you really quick in the very beginning, especially when you realize that this is it for you as far as business. You want to make it big. You want to follow the big coaches that have been so successful, and they all tell you this is not related to luck. We worked really hard to be where we are. But how do you get it all together? I try to be organized and I work all the time. I listen to PD while I am, multitasking, cooking, whatever. But there's just so much going on. And especially when you continue to listen to so much PD, there's all these new ideas that come in. And it's not that I want to implement them all right away.
Sure.
But how do you contain everything? Like everybody says on Facebook, you have to be interesting, you have to be fun, you have to be unique, you have to post 3 to 5 times. In your accountability groups, you want to make sure that you have engagement on there. So you have to do this, you have to do that, and then make sure to go on Instagram. You have to be on Instagram and use Hootsuite, and then invite. And it's like, whoa!
I totally know what you're saying, and I actually can answer this. Here's the thing. Because, okay, so this is how I look at it. I feel like that first year of your business, and we've talked about this a little bit before, some coaches don't even count it, because so that first year, some coaches might be a discount coach, not even a real coach or whatever. Consider your year starting when you decided, I'm going to be active. I'm going to maybe see if this business works for me. That first year is full of training and overwhelmingness and confusion and stumbling and making mistakes and failing forward and figuring out how you don't want to do things and figuring out how you do want to do things. That first year is spent a lot in learning how to talk to people, in building your business. So then you get to the point where that second year, the first year kind of flies by because your mind is spinning. That second year is when you start to say, okay, I need to organize all of this. And for me, and I think for most coaches, coming up with a system is the hardest thing you guys will do. It's the hardest part of your business, because once you have that system in place, it's plug and go. This is what I do with new coaches. They go into Coach Basics, then they go into this group, they get this letter, they, blah, 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 so on and so forth. They attend this training, and you keep plugging in. This is when I start my challenge group. This is when I start a free group. This is whatever. But most coaches have that down to a science now, so it gets easier. And a lot of times, too, keep in mind, you don't have to reinvent the wheel. As all of you know, on Team Aloha, we didn't have a huge upline, so we're finally getting to that point. Me, Marissa, Laura, and the people that have been around, where we're getting there. I feel very, very close. My system's not there yet, but I feel a lot closer. than I have. So a lot of your system will probably include maybe what we're doing, or maybe what your personal upline coach is doing, or maybe you take that and you make it your own. I mean, to some level, you're going to do that no matter what. But coming up with that system, I feel like, is the hardest part. So I totally can relate to where you're coming from, Nadia. And that's where you've openly kind of communicated to that time management is the area that you struggle in. So this is going to be even more so for you. Personal development in that area is going to be important. And whether you, that's why I'm recommending you kind of do a schedule in the morning via priority, because your day changes so much with kids and how busy you are, and you tend to overload your schedule. But if you can in the morning come up with, these are the things I know I have to do, whether it's running errands, doing something with your kids, these are the things in my business that are crucial. These are the things that I'd like to get to, and maybe eventually you build it out to a week. Like this week, I would like to send out this many invites. This week, I'd like to make this many videos. This week, whatever. Then you'll get to that point. But I think just being able to mark it off the list for you and feel like you're accomplishing something. But I think the PD is going to be especially important for you in regards to learning how to say no and not overloading your plate, because I think sometimes you tend to be, your personality type tends to be unrealistic in your daily to-do list, and then you just feel frustrated, like you're chasing your tail and not accomplishing things. So continue in the PD in that area, but just know that every little bit of this is going to contribute to your system, and be taking notes on what you like and what you don't like, what you want to be a part of your system, how you felt as a new coach. That's another thing. Words of Wisdom Wednesday, I'm posting a video from Lindsay, and she really talks about, think about when you were just signing up as a customer, when you didn't know what Shakeology was. It was just another protein shake on the shelf as far as you were concerned. But how would you want to be treated? What kind of questions did you have going on in your head? So coming up with your system a lot of times takes putting yourself back into that place of, gosh, when I first signed up as a coach, how would I want to be welcomed? What would I want to see right away? How overwhelmed did I feel? And that's a lot of times when I'm making my system, what I'm thinking about is, okay, is this going to be the first question I ask, is this easy to duplicate? Because you don't want to come up with this crazy system that your coaches feel like, I have to do this to be successful. No. So that's the first thing I ask myself when I'm implementing it into my system is, one, can this easily be duplicated? And two, would I feel overwhelmed? Because that happened to be one of the feelings I felt a lot when I was a new coach. So I think, am I getting this in a manner that is kind of, not overwhelming? And Deb's been huge in that too, because Deb is really good at systems and procedures and has done a lot of work with training. So she's really helped me too. We've changed things a lot since she started, and we're still working on new coach procedures and stuff, but she's able to tell me, okay, this is how I feel when I'm reading this. This is what I would change. So it's a team effort.
I'm trying to change Coach Basics in Aloha right now because I can't stand it.
See, there you go. And you're so I know it's so you don't think about the whole picture. You think about, what am I doing today and what is my next step? So right there, Anita, you already know, I'm not connecting with this. I want to change this. So for me, my system's going to be a little different. So that's great. Now, does that mean you have to launch your Coach Basics in a month? No. It just means that you're thinking about what you would do differently. So that's awesome.
I got a question.
Go for it.
Post something in your group that has already been posted or covered.
Wait, say that again. I missed that first part.
I don't want to post something that has already been covered in your group.
Oh no, you should though, because we're adding new coaches all the time. So I don't want you to feel like we'll be duplicating things a lot. And to be honest with you, even for the veteran coaches in this group, depending on where you're at in your journey, it could take on a whole different meaning when you see it that's what half this business is about, is seeing things different ways.
It only takes 2 seconds to scan over something you don't need or really use, so any new information is great for me. I love it because I like to see everybody's ideas.
Yep, different perspectives too. So it could be same information, different ways. So yeah, definitely feel free to post everything and anything you want.
It might help Nadia. I don't know if you guys, when Marissa in the last Aloha call that like rambled off 5,000 things about
as Marissa does.
She doesn't do that.
I wrote down some of the stuff that kind of, I liked, and I was like, ooh, I'll watch this, or I'll do this or something, and I went, and Scotty Hobbs has and I know you said you don't like daily to-do lists, but he has 10 things that he does that every coach should do daily. And I watched it, and it's awesome. Like, it has actually made my business a lot easier, but I do kind of stuff out a little bit when I don't get to certain things. So I'm trying to revamp how to like move things up in the line.
Okay.
But I even took notes, man. Like, I
Look
took
at you go.
some mad notes. Nadia, I'm going to post it in your group.
Yeah, could you post it? That would be great.
Yeah.
I posted it for my downline people in my little group that I have. I'm trying to have, and nobody's watching it. I was like, girls, please, this seriously, I don't know. For me, it struck a chord. For you, you might be like, ugh, this guy's a dork. But I personally thought, it was brilliant how he will literally turn the camera on his workstation and show you, this is what I'm doing every single day. I do this, and he tells you, like, how do you go into all of your groups with laser focus, and you just down the line, like, and that's it. You just move on.
He's very raw. I love Scotty's videos because watching Scotty kind of helped me to realize that, okay, I don't have to edit videos. I can just post and be real into, hello, that's way more duplicatable than someone thinking they got to have bells and whistles. So we talk about that a lot in this group. That's what it's all about. It's finding those coaches you connect with and posting and sharing the information. And you know what, Anita, it's going to happen. You're going to have more coaches that are not serious than coaches that are. So the ones that are showing you that are serious, the ones that are watching the videos, the ones that are joining groups like this, to me, all of you ladies on this call are serious. And you want to be here, you want to be sharing, you want to be learning. So you're going to have coaches that are not there, and that's okay. So
or they're not going to be there right now. And I'm like Heather's worst nightmare when it comes to that. Seriously, it took me a long time.
But it didn't matter to me. Well, at the time, there's times that I obviously took it personally, you guys. Of course, you're just like, you would make a good coach. Why won't you watch the video?
I don't want to.
Yeah, and I would come to this place of frustration. Like, why won't they just watch this? This will help them grow their business. Well, because they don't want to grow their business. They're not ready. Maybe they're not connecting with the information. But I have found that when I just let go and
it's like a challenger in a challenge group. It's the same thing. Some people are going to get it and run with it. Not everybody's going to be like you, Anita. They're not going to just be like, all right, I'm ready to kill this. It might take them a few times, before, and they might drop off, and they might come back a month later or 2 months later or 3 months later, and then they're ready to go. And that's kind of what happened with me. So it's like, I treat that as a challenger,
Right.
All I can do is provide the information to everybody, and the rest is up to them.
Yep, we're adults. You're not their boss. You're not their handholder. If they are interested in growing a business, let the people. I used to invest so much time in people, you guys, that needed their hand held and that were looking for the next step, and they're not here. None of them are here right now on this call. So invest the time in the people that are showing you, not telling you. I've had so many people tell me, I want this more than anything. I'm ready to do whatever you want me to do. I add them to the next group, nothing. We get on the phone call, I'm going to do it next week. You're going to meet more people like that. We've talked about it. To be a superstar millionaire in this company, you need to find 15 people. I know I keep reiterating that, but it's powerful because Melanie Mitro talks to thousands of people, you guys. 256 Success Club points, crazy amount of volume going through her. On a daily basis, she has thousands of coaches and discount coaches in her downline, and she only has 15 builders. So you're going to meet way more people. that are not going to take this seriously, that are not going to join these calls, that are not going to believe they can do it. So find the people that are. Yeah, I know.
So Ruby.
That freaks me out.
What freaks you out?
Melanie Mitro esque.
It should freak you out. She's a freak.
How does she have time to spend with anybody? Like,
and here's the thing, you guys. She's a mom. She started, working an hour a day. She started getting up early. She would get up at 4 or something in the morning. She would stay up an hour late. Then she slowly moved into having a part-time babysitter. And now she's built an empire. She's Lindsay Matway's #1. And, Deb got a lot of inside info at the coaches thing. But, I mean, now that she's been consistent for as long as she has, her blog, her Instagram, her Facebook, her website, they're just
her website
with leads.
Yeah, Marissa told me real quick, her website is what feeds a lot of her traffic. I mean, she's to that point, but there are like keywords within her website that when somebody Googles 21 Day Fix or whatever, she's the first one that comes up. So that's how a lot of her stuff is populating and happening.
And you guys, that's 3 years of hard personal development. She's very much self-proclaimed. She taught herself how to do that blog, and now it's generating a ton of business for her. So that's 3 years of really, really hard work. And that's what you're doing right now. You're working on your personal development. You're watching all the videos that you can, and you're joining groups like this. You're failing forward. You're making a fool of yourself. You're building. You're figuring out how you want to do things, and you're finding your system. Now she's just got this wheel. It just runs. She can step away from the wheel, or she's a big part of the wheel, you guys. I mean, she can't totally step away from the wheel, but the wheel is running. The machine is running. It's working. You're building your machine right now. So, Deb, we got 4 minutes left. Keep an eye out and do like a closing, thanks for joining everybody. But can you tell us that story in a couple minutes?
The Facebook post, right?
Yeah.
I have 2 actually, and I have the one pulled up right now. So I get this message on Saturday from a girl I went to high school with, and I had sent her an invite to a challenge group, and basically, it gets frustrating, because a lot of people, you don't think they're watching your posts or they're not paying attention, and this isn't somebody that I even right now I don't even see as a customer, but this is what she said to me. She's like, I'm doing great, and it's great to hear from you. I'm super into nutrition, and I know how to do it. I just get lazy. So your texts, she says, so your messages are encouraging reminders to stay the course. Thank you. And keep up the great work. You are putting wonderful things into the world for people who need the lifestyle change. Didn't get her as a customer, but it was kind of a reaffirmation.
Yeah, right. She's not a customer now, but she's watching you. Definitely.
She's watching me, and, she may get to a point where she, needs that. And then I got another one. I don't have it handy, Heather. Do you remember?
I told him what it said because I remembered it.
Okay, you remembered. I don't remember exactly what it said, but it was like, whoa. I mean, this lady, I've never even met her before. She found me on Facebook somehow. She must have saw a post of a post, and she friend requested me. It's been I would say probably a couple of months, and every now and then she'll like a post, but she put it right out there on the whole Facebook world to see, and she said like all these great things about, I look forward to your posts every day and you're inspiring. And I'm like, oh my God, a stranger is telling me I'm inspiring and we don't think anybody's watching our posts.
Exactly. So how did that make you feel to get that one? Because I know that we've talked about this a lot and you guys have felt like no one's watching your posts. How did it feel to get something like that?
It's definitely, it's a good feeling, it makes me realize that as little as activity as some of my posts get, at the end of the day, I'm making a difference to at least one person. And although she might not be my customer right now, that can change.
can always.
That's amazing, Deb. That's beyond amazing.
I was like, Heather messaged me before I had a chance to message
I was
her. Like, oh my God. And I'm like, oh my God, right. You know, like lit a fire in me. I was like, all right, I'm ready to go do another post. You know, even though I don't think anybody's listening other than.
Yeah, you get those little moments those are the moments that when you are so frustrated and you just feel like, oh my God, is this business ever going to take off for me? Those little moments come along and you're like, oh my gosh, it revitalizes me. Like, okay, I'm ready to go help some more people. Let's do this.
So it's 2 in 1 week, you guys. Trust me, even if it doesn't feel like they're paying attention, they are. So like what's her name said on the call today or whatever, I don't remember when it was because I know we're running out of time. When you post, you're not posting for yourself. You're posting for the people that are following you. So keep that in mind every time you make a post because it's reaching somebody.
I like that.
Awesome.
On that note, you guys, let's have a great week.
Bye, everybody.
I know. Let's post some things, you guys. I know we're all in Fall Classic. Hopefully, you're all on a team. But let's post what's working for us, what's not, what kind of groups you guys are going to be having. Let's have an awesome week. And
Thank you.
yeah, that's about it, guys. Kick some butt this week. Have a good night. Okay.
Thanks, Heather. Bye, everybody. Nice seeing you. Bye.